Hello, stampers and crafters. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's project is this one. Well, this card specifically. I'm going to show you how to create a card set using the 2022 to 2024 in colors, which are retiring soon. They're right here. They are beautiful, and they are retiring soon, sadly, but we do get 5 new ones. And we'll also be using the Petal Park stamp set and punch along with the Happy Labels stamp set. So if you want to see how to make this card set, and in particular this card, please keep watching. So we've already made our 4 cards in the set using these 4 colors: Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, and Orchid Oasis. I'm going to show you how to make the Starry Sky version of this card. Now, normally I would make all of these at once, including Starry Sky. I would do like an assembly line with my stamping first, then I would punch out my flowers, then assemble the card, and so on. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to just show you this one card. I did the same thing for all of them. So it's an assembly line style. First, I'm going to start with stamping. And again, we are using the Petal Park stamp set, which I absolutely love. It has these gorgeous leaves and flowers that punch out with the punch here that we'll be using today. And then for our sentiment, we're going to be using the Happy Labels photopolymer stamp set, which is also retiring on May 1st. But I just absolutely love this stamp set. My favorite stamp, and really the reason I got it, was for this one. I'm so happy you were born, which is the stamp we're going to be using today. I say that in life all the time to people on their birthdays, so I had to buy that stamp set just for that one alone. I do love all the other ones though. So I have my stamps laid out. Again, we're using the I'm so happy you were born stamp. Then we're going to be using both of these flowers, just the outline of the leaves here, and then both of these smaller flowers. So I have them all ready to go on blocks. We're using our Starry Sky ink pad, and we're going to start with our leaves. So I just have the outline of the leaves here on a big old E block. I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm tapping very lightly, just making sure all of that stamp is covered. And then we're taking our basic white. All the measurements for this card can be found on my blog. Just going to push, and I'm pressing, but I'm not smushing it. I'm just giving it a little bit of pressure to make sure everything is evenly stamped. So that stamp is done. Now we're going to move this. Well, actually, I'm going to do my sentiment. Ink that up in Starry Sky. And we're going to go right into that bottom right hand corner, because remember, we are adding ribbon. So now we're done with this one for now. I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper. And when you do anything with a punch, you want to see how everything lines up. So I can see that this smaller flower is at the top. So I'm going to make sure I stamp this way, just so it's easier for me to punch out. So I'm going to ink that up in the Starry Sky. Oh, that is our solid image. We don't want to do that one yet. We want to do our outline first. So I'm inking that up. Again, making sure my small one is at the top. And I've already inked this one up. We'll do it again. And then I'm going to ink off onto my grid paper and line this up as best I can without getting my head in the way. It's a little bit off, so I'm going to do it one more time. So we're going to ink this up, making sure that little flower is at the top. Ink this one up again, stamp off, and try to line up. I'm trying to line up the centers, but I'm getting a glare from all my lights and my head is not directly over it. So that one is much better. We're going to go with that one. Now I have a piece for the inside of my card. I always keep a stack of basic white cut at 5 1/4 by 4 just on my desk in case I forget. So this is our outline. Just gonna do both of those. Actually, we're gonna flip that over. Good thing paper has two sides. Now we're going to line that up because these ones can be kind of tricky. And that one goes like that. Ink it up, ink off. I want to do that again. I don't know what is going on with me today. That one's a little bit crooked, but it's okay. It's kind of hard for me to do without, like I said, being directly over it. And you know what? I actually like the off center of that. So now we're going to take, and we're done with our ink pad, and we're going to take our punch. And I'm not punching out that second one. We're going to punch out this one, and we're just going to line it up. And you're going to get a little bit of a scrap because we don't have a leaf here, but that's okay. Line it up, punch it out, and then you have 3 flowers. So I'm going to clean up my stamps, get the rest of my supplies out, and we can put our card together. So now we are ready to assemble our card. I have my Starry Sky card base here. Again, all the measurements are on my blog, linked in the description of this video. And before we put on our flowers, I want to add some ribbon. I'm going to be using the metallic woven ribbon in Starry Sky. This does come in all 5 of the in colors. And the last time I looked, I think they were all still available. I just put a little bit of seal on that, wrapped that around. Now I'm going to stick it right to the card base. And then we're going to take a glue dot and my take your pick tool. I'm just using that paper piercing end. I'm just going to roll this glue dot up and try to make it kind of as small as I can. And this is what I call like a faux bow. So I already have tied a little bow and cut it, and it's not actually stuck to the ribbon, but it looks like it is. So that's why I call it a faux bow. I'm just going to try to hide that glue dot, make it small as best I can, especially if you're like mailing this card because you don't want that to get stuck to the envelope or anything. That looks good. Now I'm going to take the flowers that we have already punched out, and I'm going to add a dimensional to the back of each one. And this little one here, just be careful. The regular dimensionals work, but if you are a little too crazy with it, it will show. So I'm going to stick the big one first, then the little one, and then the medium size one. You can do it however you like. I just thought that looked really pretty. Get the backings out of the way so you don't end up all over my house. And I'm going to take our inside piece, run a little bit of seal along. Oops, see, I have one stuck to my finger. I didn't even know that. They end up everywhere. Put that down, and then to finish our card, I'm taking some of the 2022 to 2024 in color pearls in Starry Sky, and I'm just going to add them right to the center of our flowers. You can find all of the products, well, most of them that haven't sold out, in my online store if you just click the link in the description of this video. And that is our card. Again, when I do this, I usually do it in an assembly line style so I can make all 5 at once. And again, the colors are Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, and Sweet Sorbet. So I hope you enjoyed this card set video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.